Hello, everyone, and welcome to our eLotus webinar today. My name is Donna, and I will be your host and your moderator for today's class. For over 2 decades, eLotus has been your trusted. We offer the largest selection of online. And if you are new to our eLotus, sign up for your eLotus account, your course of choice. Acupuncture points. This is a new website. So if you point that you learned in school but forgot images, information about the point location and application, the special remark that you can access it all at once. And in addition, dome points too. So core is the central place acupuncture points. It's still now the pictures of the limbs, so arms and legs, are available. So please check them out. Also, if you need CEUs quickly, we offer acupuncture CEU bundles for 4 different associations. We have for California 2 different options, NCCA1 Florida and Texas. These will guarantee your fulfillment for your renewal. Plus, if you need live CEUs, you are in 2 live CEU webinars with Dr. Chong He on TCM Ophthalmology. And for Gold Pass members, this means that you get access for free because Gold Pass members get access to all our online courses, and this also includes live webinars. And here are the dates. It's going to be this Saturday and Sunday, August 8 and 9, part 1 on Saturday and part 2 on Sunday. So let's get started with today's class. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay. With Dr. Chong He. Dr. He is a seasoned acupuncturist with over 35 years of clinical experience. He specializes in acupuncture and Chinese medicine for the clinical research of neuropsychiatric diseases and ophthalmic diseases. He is currently the CEO of Oriental Asclepius Incorporated and Vice President of American National Association of Chinese Medicine. And so we're going to go ahead and start the class. And today is a sneak peek on what to expect for this weekend. And also, please stay till the very end. We will have a special invitation for you. And if you saw on the screen, I did flash a little preview for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and welcome Dr. He. And then Dr. He, if you can do a quick test on your end to make sure we hear you and also connect to your PowerPoint.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Donna?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Are you able to share your PowerPoint?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, go ahead and take over.
All right. Thank you, Donna. Hi, everybody. Today, we're going to take about 1 hour to introduce the coming seminar classes in this weekend. Today, the topic is just to introduce about TCM Ophthalmologists. Before we start the class, I just want to share 3 stories because most of the time people don't really know how much volume of Chinese medicine could deal with eye problem. The first story is I have a patient. He actually is not a patient, is the student of our school, Adam, in Florida. He suffers from presbyopia. for a long time. He is almost like 70 years old. He's still interested about Chinese medicine. So even he's 70 years old, still come to the school to learn Chinese medicine. But the problem bothers him is his vision. Because this presbyopia, what am I suggesting for him is just ask him to do the needles around the eyes, about 3 young channels. We know that is foot Taiyang, and foot Yangming, and foot Shaoyang, and also include Yu Yao, something like that. I said use baby needles, yes, just do very shallow acupuncture, constantly do it every day, don't last too long. And then after I gave him suggestion, I totally forgot because we have a lot of things to deal with every day. Several years later, we have a get together. This student already graduated from college, from school. He come to me and say, "Hey, Dr. He, do you remember your suggestion helped me a lot? Now I could read the newspaper without glasses." That's really surprised me because I just simply use, just let himself deal with this thing, problem, and he get improved. So this is the first story. Of course, as the beneficial gainer, he actually really interested about how good Chinese medicine work on the ophthalmologic problem. Okay, the second story is still happening. Adam student, he used to have suffers with bloodshot in eye for a long time, almost 1 week. He even think about he cannot join class because his eyes is painful and congested and tearing, very uncomfortable to see the blackboard. He asked me to use if there's anything he could use, like herbs, help his problem in the eye. What I did is just give him some suggestion. The formula, herbal formula I recommend is the formula actually I created by myself. We call the 5-flower decoctions. 5-flower decoctions I'm going to introduce in the class this weekend. The result I could tell is just one drink. After that, his eye pain is much better. And the next day, the bloodshot is fade away, is fade out. Okay, so this is a good medicine actually, not for this student, but for all the students in the student clinic, because every people see the changes. They are all interested about how miracle happen in Chinese herbs work for the conjunctivitis. The third story I want to share is there's a patient, I guess, because he didn't show me the real documents about her diagnosis. This is almost like a 60 years old lady. She claimed that she has cancer in the eyes. What I could see in his sclera on the upper temporal side quarter, there's look like soybean sides of brown patches. And this patches is pretty painful. According to the condition, I just suppose maybe this cancer could be choroidal melanoma, something like that. For this kind of patient, he just want to try acupuncture. So I put the needles on her big toes, There's a sensitive point there. And several treatment session, her pain is much better. To my surprise, even the brown area in the sclera part, is actually getting smaller. That's really built up his confidence. Actually, his pain is much, much less, and he could get sleep in the night. From all these 3 stories, I just want to show you, actually, acupuncture or Chinese herbal medicine is pretty useful for ophthalmologic problem. Unfortunately, a lot of school today, we don't have this class. Not because this is not important. Most of the time, school has to spend more time for the classics or pediatrics, gynecologics, or something like that. But unfortunately, I didn't notice so popular in American school, TCM school, provide this class. All right. Today, I want to use this short-term, seminar, just want to highlight how important Chinese medicine for ophthalmology problem. And what I want to talk, is just an overview. For all entire ophthalmology problem, we could simply divide this as external oculopathy and internal oculopathy. So the external oculopathy mostly is, from a name we could know, is the disease we could see from our eye lock without any instrument. Something like the problem happened in the eyelid, orbitude, and sclera, cornea, iris, pupil, something like that. So if all the disease happened in this area, we could categorize this kind of disease as external oculopathy. So many diseases in this category, and because of time, this weekend class, we only introduce 3 diseases. The first one is trachoma. The second is iridocyclitis. The last one is keratitis. These 3 diseases actually is kind of a sample. The treatment method somewhat is very typical. We could use general thinkings. We just use the treatment idea, even for other disease. So this is why I use this kind of, I take this kind of 3 disease for the external oculopathy. The second part is internal oculopathy. Internal oculopathy always includes something inside the eyeball, the problem inside the eyeball. Something like cataract, optic atrophy, glaucoma, and macular degeneration. This disease is very popular. All these diseases are very popular in ophthalmology clinic so far. And there's a high incidence in ophthalmology clinic, like cataract. A lot of people, especially aged people, always was asked for cataract surgery. Before, cataract surgery is so difficult, so painful. But now, as technique improved, this surgery is not so painful. But can we do something conservatively? This is what I always thinking about. Sometimes we could, Chinese medicine and acupuncture could do something to prevent this cataract happen or slow down its advancing. If we could handle people's condition and let them advance slowly, still pretty helpful for this kind of patient. Optic atrophy is kind of disease, is very popular. It's always caused by some reason, especially for adult optic atrophy. Some people may be caused by MS, the neurologic problem, or metabolic problem. Many problems could cause optic atrophy. If optic atrophy really happened, so far we have not, with most of condition is uncured. Can we do something with Chinese medicine and acupuncture? This is what this class we will discuss. Glaucoma is another problem. This is a pretty high incident ophthalmology problem. So this glaucoma so far could be secondary, could be primary. What's the cause of the glaucoma? Today, we don't have a clear idea. We don't really know what's the exact cause it. And some people has a high ocular pressure, sometimes has a pretty plain ocular pressure. It's not necessary, it has a high ocular pressure. But most people in the glaucoma will has a retinal pathogen. So it's always affect people's vision. Supposed to be the most important keynote of our human vision. So we, in this seminar, we're gonna spend a little bit of time to introduce what's our opinion, what acupuncture and Chinese medicine could do for this kind of disease. The last one in the internal oculopathy we will introduce is macular degeneration. It seems like a degenerative problem. And in this section, I will discuss some treatment idea. Of course, this disease, so far, we still don't have so much successful method. A lot of treatment claim very useful. For example, for the dynamic treatment, something like that. But we have to say, they could make this vascular problem get a little bit improved, but we cannot stop advancing. So this is fascinating. We chose this kind of disease. I hope by our discussing could help people to understand how valuable Chinese medicine and acupuncture for these ophthalmologic conditions.